Now at 5, a church van sideswiped. The van crashes, injuring more than a dozen people from a church in Milwaukee.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charles Benson.
And I'm Shannon Sims. A Milwaukee pastor was hurt the worst.
His congregation is just happy everyone is okay.
Tom Murray went to the church Sunday's service today.
The Sunday morning praise went on as planned at Holy Temple Firstborn Missionary Baptist Church. Yet more than a dozen from this North Side congregation are not here because they are recovering from their injuries.
We want to give you thanks, God, because they come in another way. They come in a different thing this morning. Hey!
This is video from Chicago late Saturday. You can see a paramedic helping a woman to a stretcher. The Milwaukee group was on their way home from a funeral for the pastor's wife's father. Church leaders say a car sideswiped the church van you see in the center of your screen. They say the van spun several times but stayed upright. The collision injured 14 from the church. Emergency responders shut down the entire side of this busy stretch of the Kennedy Expressway.
There was a couple of injuries to the knees. It was a couple of head injuries, bleeding, and stuff like that, but nothing too severe, but enough injuries to have us all concerned.
Church Deacon Mitchell Campbell says Pastor Lazar Burnside was at the wheel of the church van, and the pastor's wife was one of the passengers. The pastor and his 17-month-old granddaughter suffered the most serious injuries and were the only two still hospitalized when Sunday services began.
I believe they was protected because they was in good hands, because my pastor was a driver, and he's an excellent driver.
And leaders of this church expect the pastor to be released from the hospital on Monday. In Milwaukee, Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.